I'm going to share the screen with you. So you must have read. What is this? Yes, who can tell me any guesses?
Speedometer.
This is odometer. Okay, this is odometer, right? And what is the purpose? Okay, on the extreme left side, it's written also, this is odometer. Okay, speedometer is also similar kind of meter that is fitted in the vehicles. The question is, what does it measure? What is an odometer? Yes, Titiksha.
Odometer measures the odometer measures the kilometer or the distance that we traveled.
It covers total distance traveled by a vehicle. Odometer, you know, don't need to tell. So yes, that's right. We can find total distance covered by a vehicle with the help of this odometer, right? So just I wanted to show you, otherwise all of you have seen. All right. So let us complete one numerical that I started that day. Let's complete one numerical problem. Write down, a cyclist starts from center O of a circular path of radius 1 kilometer. A cyclist starts from center O of a circular path of radius 1 kilometer, reaches point P, then Q, and then comes back to O via the route shown in the figure. Okay, so a cyclist starts from center O of a circular path of radius 1 kilometer and reaches point P. Reaches point P, comma, then Q, and then returns back to O. And then returns back to O. Calculate the distance and displacement covered by him. Calculate the distance.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
The question is, a cyclist starts from point center O of a circular path of radius 1 kilometer, reaches point P, Q, and returns back to O. Returns back to O via the route shown in the diagram. Via the route shown in the figure or in the diagram. Calculate the distance and displacement covered by him. Calculate the distance and displacement covered by him during the whole journey. Yes, any idea how can you solve that? Anyone?
Ma'am, I know the displacement.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, displacement is 0.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Displacement will be 0. The starting point is also O and final point is also O. So when the starting and finishing points are the same, and we know that displacement is the shortest distance traveled between initial and final positions, so then the displacement will be 0. So note it down, we had written in the differences that displacement can be 0. So this is the example where displacement can be 0. Okay, so always note down, when the particle returns back to the original point, starting point after completing journey, then his displacement will be 0 because there will not be any distance between starting point and final point. Okay, clear? So right, displacement is 0 in this case. And now let's calculate the distance covered. So let us see actually how he moved. He covered OP distance, then he covered PQ distance, then he covered QO distance. So the length of this actual path covered, that will be distance in this case. So I'll write distance is equal to OP plus PQ plus QO. Distance is OP plus PQ plus QO. Fine. Now what is OP? That is radius of the circular track. That is 1. What is QO? That is also radius of the circular track. That is also 1. Okay. Now the question is how to find PQ. How to find PQ? That is the question now. Okay. So let us do that. What is the total path length in a circular track? That is 2 pi r. Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. PQ is 1/4 of that total circumference. Okay. So how much is PQ? 1/4 of circumference. That is 1/4 of 2 pi r. Are you getting it? How we calculated PQ? PQ is not distance, it is an arc. And this is 1/4 of total circumference. You know the formula for circumference of a circle, that is 2 pi r. So PQ must be 1/4 of 2 pi r. So now we'll be putting in the values and solving it. 1 plus 1 is 2. And this is pi r by 2. Okay, this is pi r by 2, 5 pi r by 2. And we can further also solve if we want, right? Otherwise, you can leave up to here also. 5 by 2 into pi into radius is 1 kilometer. This is 2.5 pi kilometer. Okay, so the distance covered in this case is 2.5 pi kilometer. If you want, you can put the value of pi also and solve to find out whether distance is greater than displacement. But this displacement is 0. That is already that in this case also displacement is less than distance, as we did in the differences. That displacement will never be greater than distance in any example that you see. Okay, so are the calculations also clear to you? If any doubt is there, students, you can ask them. Got this? So I hope the concept of distance and displacement is clear to you. And now you can write as many differences as you want. Did we write some differences that day? Did we write differences between distance and displacement? First difference was of definition. Second was it's a scalar quantity, it's a vector quantity. Third was distance can never be negative. Displacement can be positive, negative or 0.
मैम कल सर ने कराया था ये.
This differences you have written?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yesterday, sir.
Okay, then tell me more differences other than what I spoke. बताइए.
Ma'am, distance का आएगा can be less than displacement. Displacement can never be more than displacement.
That is clear from the first numerical we did day before yesterday. There the distance was 7 kilometer and displacement was 5 kilometer. So in any example, you will see that distance can be greater than displacement, but displacement can never be greater than distance. So on the basis of that, we can write this difference also. Okay. So you have written all the differences. That's fine. Okay. So let us.
Sir, ma'am, only 4 differences we have written.
Yes, 4 are enough. 4 are enough.
Okay.
Because we can't write the difference of unit. They both have the same unit. So that is okay. 4 ही differences बनेंगे. Meaningful differences will be 4. So I repeat, first difference will be of definition. Second difference will be distance is a scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. Okay. Then third difference is distance can start with the next topic now. Speed and velocity pair we are taking. So first pair of comparison was distance and displacement. Next pair of comparison is speed and velocity. Speed. Let us define speed first of all. Now, how much distance a body is covering, how much distance an object is covering, when we consider it with time, in how much time an object is covering how much distance, then it becomes important to learn the concept of speed. For example, we compare the speeds of two objects. We say this car is moving faster, this car is moving slower. Faster means this car must be covering more distance in less time. And slower means that car must be covering less distance in more time. So whenever we talk about speed, we talk about distance covered in time, certain period of time. So time is very important when we see the concept of speed. See, by now we have done distance and displacement. हमने time का name भी नहीं लिया, हमें time की उसमें जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. But for defining speed and same way for velocity, we need to mention time also. In what time the object is covering certain distance. Okay. So speed is defined as the rate of change of distance covered by an object. Rate means time. Rate means divided by time. We are considering time as I told you. Okay. So all of you write the definition of speed now. Speed is defined as the rate of change of distance covered by an object. The rate of change of distance covered by an object, that is called speed. So rate of change of means it is distance divided by time. Rate of change of distance means its formula is distance divided by time. So write down the formula of speed. It's distance divided by time. Okay, now in terms of symbols, I told you initially also that speed and velocity both are denoted by symbol V. V means velocity, and speed's formula and velocity's formula, they are almost the same. So we'll denote speed also by V, not by S. Okay, in the whole of this chapter, we'll be denoting speed by V. V velocity, V speed. Okay. Then distance we denote either by S or X, time T. T time is okay, but S is not speed here. S you note down, it is distance here. In the whole chapter, in all the books also, they are using this symbols. So let's not get confused. S is distance and displacement, or even you can use X for that. Okay, so this is our formula of speed. Speed is distance upon time. Unit. Already we have written its unit. Unit of distance is meter. Unit of time is second. So unit of speed is meter per second. You are already aware of this. And since speed depends upon distance and time, both are scalar quantities. So speed is also a scalar quantity. So these are points, different points related to speed. So what will be your question? Define speed, write its formula and unit. Define speed, ये definition होगी, formula हो गया, and this is the unit of speed. Define speed, write its unit, and you can add, is it a scalar or a vector quantity? So the answer would be, it's a scalar. And one very important point related to speed is that it is also always positive. You know, time can never be negative. And we have read that distance is also always positive. So speed can also be never negative. Speed is also always positive. So these points will help you when you want to write differences between speed and velocity. तो जब आप differences लिखोगे तो ये points जो हैं आप mention कर सकते हो उसमें. Like we mentioned in case of distance and displacement. Okay, students. So concept of speed, little bit that is clear to you. Now types of speed. We are going to do types of speed. There are 4 types of speed. Uniform speed. Uniform means constant speed. When an object is moving with constant speed, its speed is not changing. अभी हम define करेंगे. That will be called uniform or constant speed. So the first type of speed is uniform speed. Second is non-uniform speed, also called variable speed. जो कांस्टेंट नहीं है वो वेरिएबल है, जो कांस्टेंट नहीं है वो चेंज हो रही है, वेरी कर रही है, तो इसलिए हम उसको वेरिएबल बोल देते हैं. ठीक है. सो कांस्टेंट, वेरिएबल. यूनिफॉर्म, नॉन यूनिफॉर्म. थर्ड टाइप इज एवरेज स्पीड. Average speed. And fourth type is instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed. We'll be defining each one of these types one by one. So first you note down the names: uniform, non-uniform, average speed, instantaneous speed. Okay, these are different types of speed. Then let us define the first one now: uniform speed.
Ma'am, what is written at the last? Please repeat.
Instantaneous. पहले लिखिए instant. Instant होता है ना moment of time. Instant. फिर taneous. INSTANT instant. उसके बाद ANEOUS instantaneous speed. ठीक है. This word comes from instant. Instantaneous. Okay, let us define the first type of speed, that is uniform speed. Constant speed. So here what happens, suppose we notice a car that is moving uniformly, that is moving with constant speed. That means if we notice it after 10 minutes, how much distance it has covered, suppose it is 10 kilometers. After 20 minutes, we notice the reading of its odometer, that is 20 kilometers. After 30 minutes, we notice the reading, that is 30 kilometers, and so on. So see what is the pattern. This is time and this is distance. After 10 minutes, it has covered, say, 10 kilometers. After 20 minutes, it has covered 20 kilometers. After 30 minutes, it has covered 30 kilometers, and so on. Then that means this car is moving with uniform speed. In equal intervals of time, after 10 minutes of gap, after 10 minutes interval of time, the distance covered is also the same. 10 kilometers are being covered. So that means the speed of this car is uniform. So let us define uniform speed now. An object has uniform speed if it covers, लिख लीजिए, an object has uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. An object has uniform speed if it covers equal intervals, equal distances in equal intervals of time. Equal distances in equal intervals of time. ठीक है? So you can give now this example. A car covering, for example, a car covering 10 kilometer in 10 minutes, 20 kilometer in 20 minutes, the 30 kilometer in 30 minutes, and so on. Okay, you can write this example here. A car covering, ये लिख लीजिए, 10 kilometer in 10 minutes, 20 kilometer in 20 minutes, 30 kilometer in 30 minutes, and so on. Dot, dot, dot. Okay. Another example. I'm going to share a picture with you. That is an example of uniform speed. This is motion of Earth around the sun. So write down the next example. Earth is moving uniformly. Okay, this Earth is moving uniformly. So motion of earth around the sun, that is an example of uniform speed. Okay, another example, you can see this, motion of hands of a clock. Motion of hands of a clock. Did you ever notice कि hands आज fast चल रही हैं, कल जो है वो इस तरह से चल रही है, ऐसे तो नहीं notice करते ना कभी आप? So motion of hands of a clock is another example of uniform speed. Motion of moon around the earth. You can see motion of moon around the earth. This is also the example of uniform speed. Okay, these are all the examples of uniform speed. Let us come to the second type now, non-uniform speed. Let us come to the next type, non-uniform or variable speed, जो change हो रही है, जो constant नहीं है, ठीक है? तो what we will do, how we will modify our definition, या तो time intervals equal नहीं है, या फिर distances covered equal नहीं है. Either one thing is unequal. So in both the cases we will say that the speed is non-uniform. ठीक है? For example, ये कार ही ले लो. अगर ये 10 minutes में 10 किलोमीटर कवर कर रही है, in 20 minutes covering 28 kilometers suppose, in 30 minutes it has covered 15 kilometer only, then its speed is not uniform. Its speed is non-uniform. In equal intervals of time, the distances covered are not equal now. So this type of motion is non-uniform motion. Is that clear, students? So listen to the statement once, then you write it. So an object has non-uniform speed if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. जैसे यहाँ पे हो रहा है, equal intervals of time ले रहे हैं, distance covered unequal था. और क्या हो सकता है? If it covers equal distances in unequal intervals of time. हो सकता है distances covered equal हो, but time gaps unequal. So if any one thing is unequal, the speed will be said to be non-uniform speed. Okay, students. So write down the definition. Non-uniform speed. An object has non-uniform speed. An object has non-uniform speed if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. If it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, or equal distances in unequal intervals of time. एक चीज unequal कर देनी और डाल के. I repeat, an object has non-uniform speed if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time or equal distances in unequal intervals of time. Example लिखिए ये वाला. Now a car covering 10 kilometer in 10 minutes, 28 kilometer in 20 minutes, 15 kilometer in 30 minutes and so on. Okay, so only writing a car, that won't be a sufficient example. You have to mention cars example there in both types of speed. So you have to be particular what the car is doing. Yes, Titiksha?
Ma'am, can we write like this? Non-uniform speed is that in which equal distance can be covered in unequal intervals of time or vice versa.
You can write. Vice versa means the reverse is also true. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, second example. First example, this car one you have written. Now I'm going to share the screen to show you second example. Wait a minute. See. This man jogging in a park. When a man, he is jogging in a park, when he is fresh, when he starts, then he is very energetic and he covers more distance in less time. and when he gets tired after some time, he covers less distance in more time. So human being is not a machinery. He can't be covering equal distance in equal intervals of time. So his motion will always be non-uniform speed. Okay, so write down motion of a person jogging in a park, motion of a man jogging in a park. Next example, you can see motion of a car on a crowded city road. जब बहुत ट्रैफिक होता है तो स्पीड स्लो हो जाती है, बहुत टाइम पास हो जाता है, बहुत डिस्टेंस कम कवर होता है. When there is no traffic, then more distance is covered in the same interval of time. So the motion of car on a crowded city road, that is another example of non-uniform motion. Okay, students. So you can write these examples. You can add one more example to this. You can add one more example. Motion of a freely falling body. Motion of a freely falling object is also non-uniform speed. For example, I throw this chalk. I throw this chalk. पहले क्या होगा? ये fast गिरेगा. It will cover less distance. It will cover more distance in less time. उसके बाद इसकी स्पीड थोड़ी कांस्टेंट हो जाएगी, कांस्टेंट स्पीड से नीचे स्लाइड करे. ठीक है. So motion of a freely falling object. So in different intervals of time, different distances are being covered by this chalk, which is falling freely. So motion of a freely falling object, that is what? That is an example of non-uniform speed. Got this? Third type of speed, let us define average speed. Let us define average speed now. Average निकालते हैं ना, when you go on highway, when you go on a long route, you must have seen your parents calculating average sometimes कि कार की एवरेज कितनी रही, स्पीड कितनी रही एवरेज उसकी. ठीक है. सपोज वी टेक 2 पॉइंट्स. आप होम टू स्कूल आते हो सपोज बाय एन ऑटो रिक्शा दैट इज मूविंग विद द स्पीड ऑफ अबाउट 25 किलोमीटर पर आवर. ठीक है. देन आफ्टर द फुल ब्रेक यू गो बैक फ्रॉम स्कूल टू होम, ओके, बाय फुट. अब आप सोचते हो कि मैं पैदल ही घर चला जाता हूँ. तो now your speed is only about 5 kilometer per hour. You want to calculate the average speed of the whole journey from home to school and from school back to home. So for that purpose, we will derive a formula now. And what is the basic formula of average speed? It is defined as the ratio of total distance covered. हम क्या करेंगे average निकालने के लिए? Total distance देखेंगे home से school और school से home. हमने कितना distance cover किया? Divided by total time, हमें कितना टाइम लगा? That will give us average speed for the whole journey, right? So write down the definition. उसी से हमारी definition आ जाएगी average speed की. See, I first write the formula and then I will state this in words. Average speed. Average speed is the ratio of total displacement, total distance covered by an object to the total time taken. Means otherwise, what was speed, distance over time? What will be average speed? Total distance over total time. बस ये आपको करना है, total लेना है. ठीक है. आपको सिर्फ उसका total ही लेना है. So write down the definition of average speed. Average speed is the ratio of total distance covered by an object. It is the ratio of total distance covered by an object to the total time taken. Total time taken to cover that distance. ठीक है ना? It is the ratio of total distance covered by an object to the total time taken. To the total time taken. Right? So this is average speed. Like I gave you example of home to school, school back to home. In this case, distance is same, so we can have a shortcut formula also. So let us derive one more formula. If distance is same only, then you will be using that formula that I am going to derive. So if distance is same, we are having two parts. S1 home से school आने में, S2 is the distance covered from school back to home. ये अगर दोनों सेम हैं, सेम ही है ना, होम से स्कूल उतने ही डिस्टेंस पे जितने डिस्टेंस पे स्कूल होम से है. सो इन दिस केस डिस्टेंस इज सेम. So see how we can find average speed. Average speed का symbol you can write V average. Speed stands for V and AV means average. ठीक है? So see how I can write total distance covered. Total distance होता है otherwise S1 plus S2. ठीक है? दो parts हैं suppose. So S1 plus S2 will be the total distance and time taken will be T1 plus T2. In general यही होगा ना हमारा total distance symbol form में यही होगा. But if the distances are same, we are taking S1 and S2 to be the same. So write S1 also S and S2 also S. दोनों को S S लिख दो क्योंकि दोनों सेम है ना. अब देखिए हमारा बेसिक फॉर्मूला was speed is distance over time. Can you write time from here? टाइम उधर चला जाएगा, v नीचे आ जाएगा. So time can be written as S over v. Okay. So using this can we write T1? T1 को कैसे लिखेंगे हम? S1 over V1. But we won't write S1 because S1 is equal to S. So how will I write T1 here? I'll write S over V1. See this step carefully if you get it. I have written the time using this same basic formula of speed. Speed is distance over time, so time is distance over speed. Okay, so how can I write T1? S over V1. And same way, how can I write T2? S over V2. I can write it S over V2. Okay, beta, this is I think time for your next